Welcome back to the channel. My name is T Cypher, and today we're going to be looking at the time on target functionality of the V8b Harrier for DCS. I'd like to start the video by thanking all my recent subscribers and all my subscribers. I've just today hit 400 subscribers, with Kev being the latest subscriber. So this is the second in a series of videos I'm creating to try and explain how to use the end sequence function and time on target to arrive at a target location at a specified time. This could be very useful for if you're doing a formation attack using several different aircraft from several different angles. So now, on to the video. Okay, so what we need to understand is time on target is a function of the timer button on the front display, and we also need to have a designated waypoint as our target. I'm presently in active pause, so I'm going to come out of active pause just to enable this function to work better, because if you're stationary it's not going to work too well, is it? Okay, I've also got the Harrier in autopilot and flying a level flight. So first thing we want to do is select a target waypoint number. So I'm going to select waypoint 2. Okay, then we hit timer, and we can see we're presently on TTT, which is time to target, but what we're going to use for this function is time on target. Now the time on target, you can either put it in real time or UTC. So we're presently displaying UTC up here, and this is the format we're going to put it into. So I'm going to just start by typing in some random times. So waypoint 2 is presently 23 miles away, so I'm going to hit a time of say 04:20 minutes. Enter. Okay, so what we see here, it's got the time. So if we look up here, we can see the arrow is to the right of the line here. And this here is actually your command speed. So this is telling us we're going far too fast to reach the target on time, which is of course quite far away in the future. And if we come down here onto UFC, we can hit CST, and it shows we should be doing minus 105 miles per hour. This is this is a continued calculation based on it being taken 16 minutes and 12 seconds to reach the target. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back to my TOT. I'm going to set another time. So say it's 04:50. So let's give us a minute to get there. 04:06:00. Enter. Now we can see the arrow is to the left of the target. And if we go to command speed time, we should be doing 999 knots, and it's going to take 999 seconds. It's basically what this is telling us right now. It's impossible to reach the target at a sensible rate. That's what happens when you show this. So let's now try and work out a time that's actually sensible. So we are 10 miles away. Let's give us 3 minutes. So TOT 08:00. Let's try that. Okay, that's giving us a speed of 252. That's reasonable. So let's try and work with that. Sorry about that. My HOTAS just decided to unplug itself, leading me to go into a strange dive to death. So what we're going to do, we'll catch up where we were. So I'm going to reset waypoint 2 as my target. Set timer, presently 30 miles out. Let's say 3 minutes per mile. Let's say I'll go to Greece there at 04:00. Let's see. Timer, time to target 04:00. Enter. Okay, so that's pretty close. So it's demanding a speed of 365 knots. You can see the marker up here, got it pretty much aligning. So we need to try and just make sure we keep that chevron aligned with the down arrow, which is presently for 270 knots. So let's get the speed there. And the thing to remember, this is time on target. So this is actually the time so that if you release a bomb, I believe it should be hitting the target at that point in time. So we should hit the waypoint maybe just before or just after, if we get this right. If I can't remember quite right off the top of my head, I think it'll be just before. Now, the entire time on target thing I consider to be quite a advanced skill set, and just for a normal gamer, it's probably not going to be that useful, but I'd say if you're flying in a group environment where you've got multiple flights doing an attack or multiple planes in a flight doing an attack, what you can do is potentially set up your time on targets for say a 30-second increment or something like that, so that you're all arriving on the target location almost simultaneously, but not quite simultaneously enough that you're going to fly into each other's bombs. But at the same time, it should be a way that can overload the target. I'm just going a bit fast, so let's try and get the speed down. And I'm watching that chevron, and I'm also glancing down that command speed because it can be a bit hard. I find the command speed to be quite a useful function to actually tell me what speed I should be doing as opposed to what I am doing. Now this speed always seems to be the indicated speed. I don't quite know. I assume it must calculate for your altitude out of it as well. So if you're going, as I'm sure you're aware, if you're flying at a low level, your speed indicated speed is probably going to be higher than at a low level, high level. And as you can see, my actual speed over the ground at the moment is 420 knots. My speed is 369, 370. So let's go back up power. Okay, so remember I said I'll be arriving over target at 0440, I believe. A little fast, coming back. Oh, I'm not flying directly towards the target. Let's move just that. Okay, 268, 268. Excellent. So I'm now on speed. You can see that the chevron is right on top of the line. Course lines on target. Slowed up a little bit, putting a little more power in. 0410. I believe my time on target was 0440. Getting a bit slow, bring some power in again. Seconds. So that's it, just passed over with 6 seconds, 8 seconds to spare. So like I said, that's indicating bomb drop. You'd have seen this command speed accelerated upwards just a moment ago. That's because we've gone past the release point at the time I was ready to reach there. Okay, I hope you find that useful. This, like I said, is quite I consider a more advanced feature. But I think it's something that's definitely worth playing with as a player, and hopefully with the next video I do, we can start to see how we can combine it into different into a series of routes to fly, probably through some valleys, and arrive on our target at a given time. So thank you very much. Please like and subscribe. Catch you all next time. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring my speed down. I'm sorry if I'm moving around a bit. I've just got to get comfortable in my seat.
Caution, caution.
And my HOTAS just unplugged. Whoopee!
Caution, caution. 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 Caution, caution.
Pull up! Pull up! Pull up! Pull up!
Caution, caution.